Hello there, everybody. Welcome on into today's video. Greatly appreciate you taking time out of your day. Swing on over. Check us on out. We are back. We're doing another album. We're so back. We're actually doing very well.
We really are.
We're doing great. It's great that I'm now back from my little break. So I'm just like, okay, whenever you want to record, let's go. Let's do it. But we are going to do the Merry and Happy, the Repackage album today. Now, this is our first Repackage album too, right?
Yeah, we haven't done, well, yeah.
No, this is the first one, right?
Because I said to you, didn't I? I was like, what about Twiceagram? And we realized the Repackage, Merry and Happy, has all those songs in it. So yeah, this is the first Repackage we're doing. So
that's the plan that we have now developed. If there is a Repackage, we're going to do the Repackage version. Not the OG, just because at that point there's only a couple of songs added onto the Repackage, so it was just better off just doing the Repackage. And if we missed any songs, that's our bad. But no, that is our bad. We're usually pretty good though, except for that one song. Sorry, Nyan. Sorry. Nyan. But we are gonna do that. So it's just gonna be that album today because there is 15. And I think you guys all know by now, we talk a lot.
We do.
Just a tad. Just a little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit.
You know?
I don't know about you, but I know my top songs didn't really change. I actually struggled more with like the mid-section.
Yeah, I think once I initially got my top 3 put down, it was like mid-section. Borderline like the last section, because there's a song there's like a song in particular that I really like. That's you would probably think of. I'm not gonna say what it is. Will be higher, but it's not high on my list.
Yeah,
but it's like one of those ones where I just didn't know where to put it again, because I was just like, you're not gonna go to the very bottom because I really do like you, but you're also not top 3 material. So
I agree, because I had some of those as well, and I was just like, ooh, good. I don't know where to put you. So here you are. And I was like re-listening to the album last night, and I was flipping a couple of them. Like, so one was like lower in the midsection, and then it moved on higher, and then I was like flipping some on the bottom. I was like, oh man. But the top 3 actually for me at least stayed pretty consistent. So they didn't really change. But I am gonna go first today.
Yes.
I'm gonna go first. All right. So number 15 for me is Ding Dong.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. I will tell you why. When I listened to it again, I still had it at the bottom for repeat wise. There's just something, don't get me wrong, I love Che so much. Chaeyoung is just amazing. My brain does not connect with the opening of that song. Like it's like did a dance, like it like repeats that a lot. They do like on the dance, like says like did a dance on the floor, and then they do that styling a lot throughout the entire song, and my brain is just like I don't know. I think they needed for me to enjoy it more and have it higher on my list. I would say that the beat needed to change for me. For some reason, when I'm listening to it, the beat / the styling of the vocals, my brain just was like, nope.
Yeah.
But there's some great parts in the song. That's what makes me mad. Because you have like Chewy has like this like lower, softer vocal in there. And like I really enjoyed like Mina's like softer vocals throughout the whole thing. Momo has a little rap piece, and you never know when you're gonna get a Momo rap in any like Twice song. So I was like, part of my brain is just like, I want this to be higher and I want to listen to it more, but I just can't get around the styling of the song. I don't know what they were doing in the vocal styling for it with the beat.
I've got a question.
Yes.
For context for the people watching, me and Ro kind of teased each other and sent like a screenshot of like a description.
Yeah.
Was this the one?
No.
That had the description?
Nope.
Oh no, it wasn't this
It's
one?
not.
I thought it would have been this one. I was like, oh, it might be this one. Okay.
No, yeah, we were playing around with some stuff, and it is not quite yet.
Okay. Yeah.
Basically,
it was just like a little like something to do with the instrumental. I won't say what, but it was something to do with the instrumental that made me think, oh, it must be this song. No. Oh, okay.
Nope. So what's your number 15?
My number 15 is Wow.
Okay.
The reason it is from what I've put down here, it's probably one of the first songs where I listen to a twice bridge and I'm not fulfilled by it. Like, it's not a bridge that, like... Because normally, we say this every single video, twice bridges are probably the best part of their songs.
Yep.
But this is one of those songs where the bridge just kind of, felt a bit flat to me. Like, it just... It didn't really...
Who was it? It was Nyan, right?
Yeah, it was Nyan.
Did the bridge? Yep.
And, it just doesn't have... Instrumental and vocal-wise, there was nothing in this song that, compared to the rest of the songs, that just stood out to me that I was like, oh yeah, that's why I like this song. So it literally just down to the fact that the bridge didn't really pick up anything, and the song just kind of didn't have any moments that I like. Not even like vocal moments, which is normally there's at least some vocal moments in a song where I'm like, oh, I really like this, but I literally there was nothing I could really like think of. So that's why that's at number 15 for me. That was kind of, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of like I kind of knew it was going to be near the bottom for me for that song. Like when I was doing my ranking, I kind of had the idea it was going to be there. But yeah, that's my number 15.
Yep. Interesting you say that, because my number 14 is Wow.
Okay.
So I 1000% agree with you on this. And it actually would have been number 15 for me if my brain just didn't connect so much with, like, disconnect, I should say, with the vocal styling in Ding Dong.
Yeah.
For me, same thing. This is, so you just asked like where my little screenshot is. This is the song.
It's this one.
It's this one. I really feel like this entire song, they were playing around with sounds. And I felt like there was a couple of them in this album that they were doing that with, but it just didn't hit the mark. There was like this, for me, like at the beginning of the song, they had like the big, it was like kind of weird distorted vocals in a way, right? And then and like sounds, and then you kind of have like this whomping effects kind of thing with like a saxophone or some kind of like wind or horn instrument like randomly added in.
Like they were just like doing a bit of a roulette on like what should go where, you know?
It just seemed like the song structure itself, like melody wise, I think if they had tweaked it a little bit, it probably would have been actually higher on my list. I get what you're saying about the, like the whole portion about Nyan's bridge. I do agree with you there, but then they had some great, interesting, like vocal layering in the song.
Yeah, it's just, there was nothing that like stuck with me. Like there was nothing that was like, oh, I liked this about the song, or I like this. It literally was just like out of everything.
There was no wow factor with a song. Wow.
Like when I say the bridge wasn't like it wasn't good, I don't mean like they sounded horrible in the bridge. I just mean like it just wasn't a twice bridge in my brain. Like my brain was like, this isn't a bridge where I'm like, oh, this sounds super good.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Like it's just one of those things. So that's why, again, we both have it in the same spot, really.
Yeah.
But I think my number 14 is going to cause issues.
Okay. Do tell.
My number 14 is Merry and Happy.
Okay.
It is Merry and Happy. Now listen, I actually really like Merry and Happy, so the fact this is at number 14, it's one of those things where it had to go somewhere, and unfortunately, process of elimination, it was near the bottom of the list.
Yep.
But Merry and Happy, I feel like I'm someone that like listens to Christmas music whenever. Like I'm not that person that's like, you only listen to Christmas music when it's Christmas. So I feel like for this song, it's like if you are that person that's like, I will only listen to a Christmas song when it's Christmas.
Yep.
You probably don't want to listen to Merry and Happy.
Yeah.
Because it's very Christmas vibes. But what I do love is that it's so, Christmassy, but somehow they fit in a dub chain rap that fits really well.
It's so good. Yes, I 1000%.
Low-key, why is it like one of the best raps off them and it's in a Christmas song?
I know. Yep.
Like, it's one of those things where it's just like I wouldn't expect it to happen in there. I feel like if you ever watch anybody like react to Merry and Happy and it gets to that part, you're just like kind of shocked. You're like, where is this rap like come from? Like, why is it
it has like a little, like they do like the speed rap in there, but it just hits so hard, and you're like, why is this in a Christmas song?
And then another thing I really like, this is just my music production brain, is I think it's Mina who says the line "Jingle bells ring," and then there's quite literally like jingle bells ringing in the background. It's so small, so simple, but I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It's that little bit of detail I just love in songs. But unfortunately, it's a number 14 for me, honestly, because I overplayed it.
Yeah.
I overplayed this song so much to the point that when I listen to it, I'm just like, okay, I don't think I want to listen to Merry and Happy. And I will just sometimes skip. But I still think it's a bop.
Yeah.
But it's sadly it's a number 14 for me.
This is so weird. All right, so number 13 for me is Merry and Happy.
Merry and Happy.
Okay.
Maybe no arguments are gonna happen today.
I don't know. So far, I don't know where you have Ding Dong on here, by the way. I'm
like quickly checking where I put it.
So, I am kind of the opposite of you. I only listen to Christmas music during Christmas time, like November to like beginning of January, kind of wintry vibes. So I often find myself only listening to the song during that time period. At least like this past Christmas I did. And I probably would have it, and we're going off of like most kind of like repeated songs, and that was why it was like lower, because I actually really enjoy the song. The rap is probably by far one of my favorite raps off of this album. That little speed rap, like I'm like, why is it here?
Like, that's what I'm saying, like you know, Merry and Happy, throughout the song it's all like, you know, cheerful and it's cute, and then suddenly just bam, like it just comes out of nowhere. And
it's like it's almost like a rap bridge in a way. Like, it just, like, that's exactly kind of how they had it, like, kind of layered in the songs. Like, having, instead of doing, like, a normal kind of, like, twice bridge, they're like, let's add the rap in there and just switch the song up doing it that way. And I was like,
it's
okay.
like, it genuinely feels like they had the rap and they were like, where do we put this?
Yeah.
Put it on the bridge.
Yeah.
And then it worked.
Yeah. It has a nice, fun beat. Of course, because it does exactly like what you were saying. It has like these little sound effects, very Christmas. I love Chewy's opening. It's so adorable. She just sounds great. Diane's vocals through it, love it. It's one of my faves. But for me, repeating wise, it's low on the list because I don't repeat it very often until I get to around like Christmas time. And there's other songs on this album that I listen to way more than that, even though it's a good song. And I enjoy it a lot. I just don't listen to it very often because I am the type of person that I don't listen to Christmas music outside of Christmas for me.
See, I was thinking when I was doing this, I was like, I have a feeling Rogue's the opposite to me, where I am the one that, like, I will listen to Christmas music whenever, like, I don't really care. I won't actively go out my way, like, I won't be, like, mid-summer and be like, ooh, I want to listen to some Christmas. Like, if it comes on, I'll just leave it on, you know, that's just how it is. But when I was doing it, I was like, I want to bet so much that Rogue's the opposite and is, like, strictly December, November, whatever, that is Christmas music, and that's when it's acceptable. But if it's not that time, do not be playing it around me.
When I hear Christmas music in like October before Halloween is even around, I'm like, bye. What are we doing? We haven't even made it through Halloween or Thanksgiving yet. What's happening?
I will say, whenever I've gone to the States, I mean, I normally, whenever I've gone, it's been like September period. I'm going later this year in November, and I hear Christmas music then, and that seems so weird because that's not like that in the UK whatsoever.
No.
Like, you start getting it towards the end of October, so just as Halloween is approaching, but it's not as obvious until, like, it becomes November, and then that's it. That's all you listen to, basically.
Yeah. yeah, that's just like, okay, here we are. But yeah, that's why it's lower on my list. I do enjoy the song a lot. It's just repeating wise, I don't listen to it until it's Christmas time for me.
Okay. Well, for me, my number 13
Yep.
is 24/7.
Okay.
And listening to this song, I was like, what? There was something about it I wasn't enjoying, and I was like, what is going on? What am I like? What? And it's one of those songs, and I normally never say this about music, but it just kind of gets a bit repetitive to me.
Okay.
There's just something about, I don't know why. I think it's just the chorus, really. It's, there's something about the song throughout. It just kind of stays the same. It doesn't really, to me, it doesn't really like change up or do anything much. So for me, I'm like, I like the instrumental to it a lot. I think the instrumental is actually one of the, like, a really good, like, it's a good one, but it's just, I wish there was more to it.
Yep.
From, I guess, the vocal side of things, or just like the song structure. I just wish there was a bit more, but I just find it a bit repetitive, and it's definitely one I don't listen to the most, which makes me feel bad because I'm pretty sure this is one of the first songs where we start getting twice writing credits on.
I think so.
Nyan.
I think Nyan right
took
a little bit.
I don't know if it was just Nyan or it was multiple, but I know Nyan took part in this song.
Yeah.
Which makes me feel even bad that I'm ranking it low, because I'm like, it's their first time taking part in an actual song, and I'm like, don't really listen to it that much. But yeah, that's where 24/7 is for me. It's just kind of repetitive in my opinion, in my brain.
Interesting. So my number 12 is Missing You.
Okay.
So for Missing You, for me, I actually really like Sana's little like opening in this song, but there's something about the beat I'm not a huge fan of. And like I at least not a fan, I just don't connect to it like I do with some of the other beats in the other songs. There's this like interesting beat change. I think it's like almost like a minute into the song, because you start off like slow and then you like change up the beat. But then it's just like that beat almost like throughout the rest of the song. There's no other like, for me, like it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of different other like layering to the beat.
Yeah.
And I wish they had, because I think this song would move so much higher on my list, because I love Momo's tone in this song. And then they have like a great little rap piece. There's like some fun little vocals in there. You have like this distorted like kind of vocal layering underneath on some of the verses and lines, but it's just like the beat just kind of stays the same in a way after like the beat change. That's just for me. That's like why it was just like, it's kind of like lower on my list. But other than that, like if it had a little bit more intriguing beat changes throughout the song, like it did at like the first like minute, I probably would have it higher on my list.
Right. Okay. I just find that interesting because of where it is for me.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
But
okay.
Moving on to my number 12.
Yep.
My number 12, this is maybe another controversial one, is actually Rollin'.
Okay.
It's, this meaning of the song changed after a certain world tour, after a certain Sana clip, if I say.
I know that clip.
Yeah, I feel like everybody that hears this song now that's a once is like fearing for their life about how Twice will react to said song, because are they going to be cute? Or are they going to do something else?
Danger.
But the reason why it's there for me is that, again, I overplayed it because I just thought it was such a good song. But then it was one of those things where it's like, production-wise, it just didn't stand out to me compared to other songs in this album. And it was just something where it's like, I really love the melody of the song too. Like, I think the melody of the song and the way the members sing it is so fun.
Yep.
But there's just something about the chorus, I think, for me. I think it's the sorts of voice effects they do in the chorus. It kind of messes with my brain a bit. So it just makes me not really vibe with it as much as I used to. But that's why that's at number 12 for me.
Interesting. Okay. It's gonna be an interesting development here.
I feel we are drifting far away.
We are now, after, what is it? After the first, like, 2 or 3 songs, we are now off the beaten path. You're going one way, I'm now going this way.
The other.
It's just like, that's it.
Oh, God.
Okay, I have a feeling this might be controversial for a lot of people, but having it so low on my list, number 11 for me is Heart Shaker.
Oh, okay.
So, hear me out. I actually really do love the vocal layering and the harmonies that you get, especially from, there's like one part, I think it's Daeon and Chaeyoung that have like the beginning of the song, and they have like that harmony piece. And it does have like a really catchy chorus. But even though it has like all those great elements, once again, the beat doesn't draw me in like some of the other songs on this album. Because it does have like there's this, I think it's Geo that has like this really like hits this high note, and then it like leads into, I want to say it was Momo. It was either Momo, Chewy, or Che, or it might be actually all 3 of them going into like I think it's like goes into the bridge portion of the song, which is super nice. And I love hearing where she like flexes that. But there's also just one of those things, like the beat doesn't intrigue my brain. Like, it doesn't make my brain buzz like some of the other songs, like in a good way, like buzz in the good way, than some of the other songs on the list. And that's why, like I said, we are in this portion of the songs where this was actually higher before last night. Re-listening to the album last night, I moved it down because there was other songs I was like, ooh, actually I really like that. Like, I really like that. I got to move it up type situation. So in a way, it was like, it was higher on my list originally, but now it is like kind of is like slid down a little because of that beat.
That's interesting. I do feel like some people might be a bit mad at
I know. That's why I'm like, I still like the song, guys. There's great stuff, everything. There's some, like, you have like these high notes and like the higher register from Nayeon and Geo. It's fantastic. But there's just something about the beat. There's great vocals in this entire song, absolutely. But there's something about the beat. My brain just doesn't want to be like, oh, I want to re-listen to that because of the beat. And I am very much an instrumental person. Like, if a song has a good instrumental, a good melody, I'm going to vibe to that song for a while. And I feel like there's other songs on this album that do that for me and over this one. And that's why I kept on kind of like moving down the list as I moved other ones up, re-listening to it.
Yeah, so this is Rogue coming out as a Heart Shaker hater guy. So everyone that came from me for TT, now I can go for Rogue.
At least I wasn't last.
Listen, that's not the point, okay? Still near the bomb. Anyway, moving on from that.
Anywho.
My next one for number 11 is Don't Give Up. Now, this was one of those ones that when I was like going back to it, I was like, again, like I've said in the previous videos, I did my Twice journey before becoming a reactor, so I like listened to everything like all the way back in 2021, December 2021. So it's been a minute for me to actually go through and just like really listen to all these songs again from like the earlier stages of Twice.
Yes.
But as I got into the song, I was like, wait, I actually really do like this one a lot. And this also has the use of like the Christmas like sort of jingle bells, but it's not as obnoxious to the point that it's too Christmassy. Like, you could actually get away with it as like a non-festive song, I feel. Like it's very prominent and it's prominent and it's there throughout the entire song, but it's not like in Merry and Happy. Yeah. If that makes sense.
No, I 100% see where you're going. Yep.
And also, Chaeyoung's rap is so much fun.
It's so good.
I don't know what it is with Chae in this entire album, but her rapping just like stepped up a whole other level from previous albums. you know, it's like, so that alone, but also the bridge was really good in this one. I
Mhm.
think it was Mina. I think it was Mina.
If I had to be a betting person, I would say it was probably like a Mina Geo type
Yeah.
combo or something like that.
There's a lot of Mina Geo bridges in this album.
Oh,
I noticed going back, and their
love
voices
that.
together are
Oh,
just so good. And it was like, this was the bridge I feel like Wow needed.
oh
This
yeah.
was the bridge I was kind of hoping Wow to have, but it just
Mhm.
didn't.
Mhm.
This is what I was kind of hoping for. So that's why for me, Don't Give Up is at number 11.
Mhm. Interesting. Okay. All right. We'll see where it pops in on my list here. We are definitely now on two different roads. We are going different paths. And that's great. I love this. This is what it's just so fun to see where everybody like has the different placings. And it's so fun also, like
Mhm.
we both go in and like read the comments and like on the like other videos, and we love seeing like your rankings and like where you fall, like whether or not you agree or not agree, but like lean more towards like like my side or me's side. It's just fun for us, and we like to roast each
Yeah,
other in the comments. It's fun.
exactly.
um my number 10 is Fast Forward for me. Once again, this was another song that was higher on the list on a first initial listen, but on the second listen where I was going through my note, like putting notes in and everything, it started moving down. But I love Che opening this song with a like that rap open. It's so good. And then you also have the spelling of Fast Forward. It reminds me very much of Countdown, like them count, you know, when they were like they had like the whole counting. It has a very similar style when they do that, which is a nice kind of almost like not throwback, but kind of nice like kind of wrap back around to like that side. Chewie's little line is absolutely adorable. She's like, what did she say? I think I even wrote it down because it was so damn cute. She's like, I can fast forward. I want to fast forward, like that whole little piece. It's so adorable. It's so good. It's so cute.
I feel like in this album, Chewie had a lot of cute one-liners in all these different songs, because I have her written down for other stuff.
Yep.
Multiple times for having cute one-liners.
Yep. And then you have, I think it was Geo. I think she opens the bridge in English, and then it goes, or no, Chewie opens the opens it up in English, and then it switches into Geo, I think, if I remember correctly, which is a nice little add-on. But once again, it was just one of those songs that I wish I had higher on the list. This was my song that you were saying, like it had to go somewhere. Like I like the song a lot, and there's a lot of great pieces, but I feel like there was other songs that I was like, those songs had to go higher on the list. So this one just ended up just kind of like in the middle. And like where it goes in the middle, I just like, it just happened to go here.
To me, the middle section ended up being like, it was like, well, like 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. But to me, that was like, they all still mean the same thing. Like, it doesn't mean this song's worse than this, you know?
Yeah.
Like we say, the whatever song is ranked at the bottom, we don't think it's the worst song. We just think it's just one we don't listen to that much, or
we don't repeat as often on our playlist or anything.
Yeah.
All
but
right.
onto my 10th.
Yeah.
On my 10th, we have Jijayo Good Night.
Okay.
I probably butchered that. I do apologize.
Jijallo, yeah.
Oh, that is one of those songs where it's such a meme in like Twice as Life. Like whenever a member is forced to listen to that, they literally crumble. They like, I don't want to listen to this. I don't want to hear this. More Momo and Sana, which is why this is in my notes.
Yeah.
Momo and Sana are so cute in this song.
Oh my word, they're adorable.
Their little messages they do. I forgot to write down what the translations were. But, you know, the general idea of it being like, you know, sleep tight, good night. It's just super cute. And it's like one of those things where it's like, I would have thought I'd kind of find that a bit cringy, but I actually don't.
It's adorable. I agree.
It's just cute. But there's just something about it that it's so. Oh, what I wanted to say was I think this was one of the first songs that made me think, do I actually not mind cute concepts or cute songs that bad?
Okay.
Because before this, I was still not like heavily against cute songs, but I was still like, I'm not really fond of them. I still think they're not. But then when I listened to this and I actually enjoyed it, I was like, maybe I actually do like cute songs and cute concepts.
I was like,
but also this song, not even in the sense of it's bad, but it genuinely puts me to sleep or makes me tired.
Yep.
The amount of times I've been streaming and this song comes on and I'll go from having so much energy to yawning and I'm nearly falling asleep on my seat.
I love it.
Like it I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's quite literally because of how slow and how it quite literally is like a good night message basically.
Yeah.
But like I think it's just such a fun song, but not in the sense of like it's upbeat and it's all this. It's just really cute and really like it's a slow-paced Twice song, which again I'm always a sucker for. So that's why that's at number 10 for me.
Interesting that you say it's number 10 for you, because it's number 9 for me.
Oh, okay. So we're kind of on the same path again.
So we're converging back. We're meeting up. We're at a little pit stop. We're at a little rest stop, gassing up, and then we're probably gonna go our separate ways again.
Yeah, we definitely will.
I actually have it's very funny because I actually have very similar notes on what you just said. It's the same for me. This song, it has some amazing vocals in this song. Like everybody's vocals are just like this little top tier vocal for me. The acoustic vibe just hits so hard, but it's hit so hard that you're just like, you do kind of almost like get sleepy. Like it's a great like little song that you're just like, I'm just gonna like just take a little nap. Like this would be like a song I'd put on if I wanted to like take a nap and be like, just have Twice put me to bed. Absolutely.
Yeah, literally.
There's very interesting, I think I know where you were thinking, like that little part. There's like this little piece where I think it's like Mina, Momo, and Sana have like throughout the song, and it's like think of me and then come see me or something like that.
Yeah, it's in the lines of like, oh, sleep tight. I'll see you in your dreams, or you'll see me in your dreams.
Yeah,
type of thing.
But yeah, and they have a very interesting like kind of like cadence to their like vocal in those spots, and it's just something that you haven't really heard like a whole lot of yet. We hear more of it as we get into like the newer albums, but this is like kind of like that first little period. But it's just such a like a gorgeous, sweet song, and then you have like Sana's little speaking part in there, and it's just so damn adorable. You're just like, okay, go off the little happy pill, just like okay.
Like I feel like most ones will have seen the clip. I don't know where they were, but it's like when they were all live singing it, and I think Momo and I don't know if it was Momo who messed up or Sana did, but they did like the speaking part, and then all the members were trying not to laugh because they were like live on the radio still singing. So they were all trying to like kind of keep themselves together. Meanwhile, Sana and Momo were cringing because they had to, do their lines.
Yeah. But they do have like in the song like great harmonies, great vocal layering, but it is one that I do have to be not in the mood for, but it's like a song that I tend to listen to more like nighttime than during the day. Like I'm
telling you, there's just something about it that makes you tired. Like I don't know how
and it's not that it's in a bad way, like you're bored of the song. It's just that the vocals are just so like sweet and soft, and they have like this great melody with the acoustic guitar. It just really does kind of like lull you to sleep. Like they really are saying goodnight and putting you to bed. You're just like, okay, I'm here.
There's just something in the song. I don't know how they do it, but it just works.
Just like, and they're just like little vocals are just so damn cute, and you're just like, yep, I'm here. All right.
Literally. Like it does that.
So we're back on. We're meeting up. We're meeting up. All right. What's your number 9?
We're meeting up and we're immediately separate ways because my number 9 is Ding Dong.
Oh, okay.
We're immediately parting ways at this point. There's a certain vocal technique, and I can't think of what it's called right now, that Nayeon does in this song that I absolutely love. It's
Mm.
something that like itches a part of my brain
Mhm.
wherever she sings. I know she kind of did it actually recently in ABCD. I don't know if you've seen like the recording behind the
Yes.
scenes.
Yes. Actually,
You have.
I think that was yeah, no, I did. I watched it last week because it was on my Twice Tuesday video. So yeah, I've seen it.
There's
Yep.
like this sort of technique she does where like how do I explain this? She sings like the notes like as if like from down here and they kind of go up. It's kind of like a
A roller
sort of
coaster.
like a roller coaster type. I can't remember the vocal technique, but
I know what
you
you're
kind of get
talking
what I'm
about.
trying to
Yeah,
say.
because
You know what I'm talking about,
I know
though.
exactly what you're talking about. Because yeah, she does. It's like she has this like really interesting inflection in her vocal where she like
Yeah,
starts low and then goes up and then like dips back.
and then goes.
And then just
It's
goes. Yep.
It's something that I just absolutely love in this song.
Mhm.
And coincidentally enough, the thing you don't like, I literally put in capital letters, did dance on the floor, like in my notes, because I think it's so fun. I think it's so fun.
It's not that
so
it's
random.
the thing is, it's not that it's not fun. It's just like I don't know. There's just something about it. I'm just like my brain is just like, what is happening?
But I also just like love the chorus. I don't know, but the whole like the way Gio sings the chorus is so cute and
Mm-hmm.
so fun. And as a Gio bias, like, yeah, okay, I'm kind of being biased here, but I
Yeah.
just love the way she sings it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you said this was like initially near the bottom of your list, I was like, this is not gonna go well.
This is in the middle of my list.
I'd be like, it's kind of in the middle. I mean, this could have been way funnier and this could have been near the bottom, but not the bottom, the top of my list.
Yeah.
But no, it's kind of like sat in the middle, but yeah, no, that's my number 9.
Okay. All right. Oops, I scrolled way too far. My number 8 also could be a controversial little thing. My number 8 is Turtle.
Okay.
Turtle for me is kind of like Good Night in a way. It has that, if I could spell correctly today. It does have that acoustic vibe to it, which is kind of like sometimes with the softer like acoustic songs, I have to be in the mood for, because it does kind of put me into that like kind of like mellow state. Where I'm just kind of like vibing along and just kind of like, and sometimes I do have to like skip it because I'm just not in the mood to be in that like kind of like headspace in a way.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love Chewy and Jungyoung opening up the song. The vocal is so good. There's great vocal layering and harmony throughout the entire song. And then you have like there's one little part that I absolutely love from Mina. She does like this like drawn out note on a bunch of her lines like at the end, and I like melt every single time I hear it. I'm like, oh, it's so good. And it does have a very fun little melody to it. It's very fun. And like I think it's Geo. I want to say it most likely is. It's either Geo or Nyan that does like these ad libs underneath of the song, which is like a fantastic like layering piece. But for me, it's just it would be higher on the list if it wasn't like have that kind of acoustic vibe throughout the entire song. It probably would have moved up a little bit more because the vocals in it are fantastic. Like I love the vocals in it. It's like some of my favorite vocals, but it's just the beat I have to be in the mood for sometimes.
Okay, that's interesting.
Okay.
My number 8. This is one of those ones where I initially did the ranking and I realized I was missing a song.
Oh,
and then I looked and I was like, there's no way I'm putting, because initially actually Marian Happy was 8th place, so I swapped it with, because I simply did not want to put this song in the near bottom. But that's You in My Heart. This might shock a lot of people because I always praise and talk about how much I love songs that very heavily showcase Twice vocals. But this was simply, I'd finished my ranking and I've just like missed out this one song, so that's why it's here. Like I literally have nothing bad to say about, like, nothing that is like, oh, you know, I wish they did this. Or, like, I literally love this song. Like, I've got nothing against it. The vocal layering is so clean and clear in this song too. Like, you can really hear the distinct, like, you can tell who's harmonizing where, whose voices where.
Yep.
And it's just such a good song. Like, the vocals, it's like such a good vocal flex for Twice, because it's, you know, you've got Nayeon and Geo. Even I think Jonghyun even does like some big notes in this song.
I think so.
At some point.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Again, even for members like Sana and Chewy, you know, you hear them have a lot of, like, it's just very vocally heavy, and I love it so much. So in my mind and in my heart, it shouldn't be 8th place, but it just has to be there, because I was an idiot and ranked 14 and not 15 songs. So that's why it's there.
You're like I'm missing one. Oh no.
And no, literally, it was so bad.
Yeah, so we are still on a very much opposite paths here. Our roads may not combine again. So for me, number 7 is Love Line.
Okay.
All right. This, I will say this. You know how, okay, so for you all, as context, we both just chat, like, for a good solid, 10, 15 minutes before we start the video. And we both were saying that the middle of this, for this album was the hardest to rank. This is where it gets hard for me. 6 through, 9, 6 through, 9, 10 were the ones that kept switching for me at listen. Right. I think I had Love Line a little higher, but then I switched it out and put another song ahead of it. But I just think that the soft tone and vocals from Mina opening up the song and throughout it, and with the Dion follow up, is just so good. It just it's just, and then you have Chewy's vocals. I literally, in all capitals letters, just say Chewy's vocals because I love her vocals in this. She has this lower, huskier tone that she sings in, and you start hearing that more and more throughout the albums now. She's I remember doing my Twice deep dive, and I just remember hearing the growth of Chewy's vocals, as well as I would say even Sana's for the most part. Chewy's were the ones that I noticed the most change and development in from everybody. Yeah. And I feel like this is the album that started that switch, or not switch, but kind of growth.
I get what you mean.
You know what I mean? You just get that kind of lower, and then you have all of these little kind of cool high notes from Nayeon and Geo, of course. You have some interesting vocal range mixes. It's just a fun song to listen to. I do wish, in the why I kept moving it down, I wish there's one part where they ramp up the beat a little bit, but I wish it went harder. I wish they had changed the beat just a little kind of harder in that switch, and it probably would have been higher, because it just kind of not fell off, but it was very oh, we ramp up the beat, but then we're just and it didn't go it didn't bounce up and kind of give you that kind of change in beat and then just dip down. It didn't have any of that. It just kind of went up, and then it was just chilling there for a little bit.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's a good song. This, like I said, this is where it gets hard for me. This is middle area. Was an interesting time, because it did change a little bit last night. Once again. Very last minute. Very last minute.
It's so funny, by the way, because we both say to each other, don't switch your answers, but then we end up switching our answers anyway. Yeah. So we try and discipline ourselves to be don't keep changing it, and then we'll both come to each other and be I changed it again.
We're I will say this, my top 5 did not change at all during this entire thing after the first initial listen of the album, when I was going through doing all my rankings that. The top 5 just stayed there. So, be interesting.
Very interesting. I definitely struggled a lot with this album altogether, but my number 7, and this is, again, I was going very different directions, is Fast Forward at number 7. I don't know why, but the way they spell fast forward is so fun to me. I don't know why,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so fun. It's like the beat behind it as well, I just find really interesting too. Not interesting in like a why would they do that type of way, like an interesting in like I actually kind of like that because
Mm-hmm.
it's not what I expect it to sound like. But what I have written down here is what the groovy bass in this song is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's like in the first half of the song, it's more you can hear it more prominent then.
Yeah.
But it just like adds to it a lot. I feel like it gives that sort of it kind of follows along nearly the melody of like what the members are singing, which I like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes people who like are just listening to a song and they're not like really like listening to every single detail, you might miss that, but a bass is used quite a lot for that purpose to kind of keep the singer in check with the melody or the drummer. You know, it's like it has a very important role that sometimes you don't really hear or you just don't really hear it that well.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like how prominent it is in like the first half of the song, but what I really love is Junghyun's vocals at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Junghyun's voice at the very end, after I think Gio does the high notes or Nayeon does. I thought it was Junghyun, but going back, it wasn't Junghyun. I think it was Gio who does like the big note. But I feel like Junghyun just suits this song so well. Like her voice was just so nice, and it definitely was like hit the right vocal tone for her. Like it didn't seem like it was too low or too high. It was just perfect. So overall, I just think it's just such a fun song. So that's why it's a number 7 for me.
Love it. Interesting. Number 7 for you, and then number 10 for me.
It's okay. We understand not everybody has taste, you know. Like it's just it be like that.
Yeah,
be like that,
it just be like that. Okay. It's gonna be really interesting when we start getting into like the top 5 because I have a feeling that it's gonna be a series of events that's gonna transpire. So my number 6 is Don't Give Up. Okay. So I know you had it low for you, but why it's higher for me? I love the little funky bass, like kick beat that they have in it, like with Junghyun's vocals. It at the beginning, it just like the way that it kicks off the song, just so good for my brain. I'm just like vibing. Yeah. I'm like, absolutely, let's get this little like funky bass in there. And she goes into this lower like register, like this little bit of a lower tone, which is like one of my favorite tones that she like brings out when she gets into like that lower like register a little bit. For me, I feel like it suits her so well. And that's why I like desperately would love for her to do like a rocky type album or like have like a little bit of a rock song where she can have that, like, that little bit of a grit, like lower register. It'd be so good. And then there's like this little like bit in there with Mina that has this really kind of like interesting quick cadence, and it's almost like a little bit of like a rap piece, but it's not quite rap. It's very interesting, but she just has like this little part that just like it's just like the cadence is just so like upbeat and like quick. It almost feels like she's rapping. And I'm just like, please, I just need more of that. Just give me a little bit more.
Need more of that.
Just please. And then you have the duo that has been doing the bridges for a lot of these songs. You got the Mina and Gio bridge, and it's just like angels. Angels are singing, and you're just like, oh my word, this is so good. Like I love the bridge in this. And then you just have these interesting rap lines throughout the song from Che and Dion that are not just like, we're gonna just give you like this one portion to rap. No, we're gonna give you like these multiple like little lines, and I absolutely love when they do that. So that's why it's like it boosted way high on my list, because I was like, ooh, this is so fun to break up the song a little bit. You add in like a little rap line or a little rap duo in there. I was like, yes, more. That's why.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
That just need more of that.
Yeah,
no, I totally get that.
That's why for me it like boosted higher on my list, because I like when they kind of experiment a little bit more with the rap. I know like I'm a big rap person. I love like rappers. So when they get to flex that a little bit more throughout the song and not just have like their their section of rap and they get to like layer it in. It's just so good. I love it. But that's why it's number 6 for me.
Okay, well, number 6 for me.
You're like, oh.
I don't even think this is one people can get mad at, but they might also get mad because of its recent popularity, and you might already know what I'm gonna say.
Oh, I know exactly what you're saying.
But number 6 is Look at Me.
Okay.
And let me just say, in my notes, I literally put in capital letters, Look at Me. I already understood and was with this song before it went viral, so don't come for me, because I did. I was very team Look at Me.
Yeah.
And then it went viral, and now everybody was, and I was like, well, now I just seem like I'm part of the trend. Yeah. No, I loved Look at Me from first listen. It was one of those, this was like, I think this was like the song, like this was like the song that confirmed, oh, I actually really do like Cute Twice. Mm-hmm. Like earlier, it was like kind of accepting it, but still being like, oh, I still don't really think it's for me. Mm-hmm. This was like oh no, I do love it. I do, because the way Sana does the song is so, brain tickling. It's brain tickling.
It just buzzes. And it's so good.
It's just something about it that I just like, I really like. Sana's voice in it. It just suits her so well. Also, I just like the structure of the song. I think it's so much fun. I'm trying to think. I can't remember who it is. Is it Nayeon that does the Look at Me as well? I know.
I thought it was Momo and Mina that in Sana that did. No?
It might be Momo I'm thinking of. But I just think it's one of those songs where I feel like J-Line gets to shine. I feel like there's actually quite a few songs where J-Line just have moments in this album. Honestly, the entire foreign line, like they all get to shine throughout this album. I feel like they all have their moments. But Look at Me, I love this song. I think it's so catchy and it's so fun, and I could listen to Sana singing the chorus, like just that section alone, just on loop for days. Like I would never get sick of that.
So good.
But I just wanted to preface that I've been with the song before it became viral and everybody started liking it. So
it's like, listen, I was here before.
I was here when nobody cared about this song.
I was here before you all. And then all of a sudden it became viral, and everybody and their mothers like was doing TikToks and stuff like that with it.
No, but it's actually so funny because this song is, if I'm correct, it's still right now trending in Korea. I could be wrong on that because obviously I'm not from there. But
I wouldn't be surprised.
Sana went to do the baseball. You know when like some idols go and they'll like throw the
first pitch.
And it was like in the scenes, and they played Look at Me there. So like it's still so huge there right now.
I love it.
And I find it so funny that it's like even got into like charts again, I'm pretty sure. Like and also it's become one of Twice's most streamed songs on Spotify. So Look at Me has really become like a top song now in their discography for some, like, just somehow.
Yep.
But no, I absolutely love Look at Me.
Yeah. So it's a good one. So number 5 for me is You in My Heart. Okay.
I'm like, I agree. Because again, I didn't like where I put You in My Heart. But I know, because already solidified everything else.
To like vibe it. So I have a lot similar. I personally absolutely love Momo's tone in this song. She seems like she sings in more of a natural tone, because she often sings like high and like kind of like in like head, nasal,
like the nasal. Yeah.
Where in this song she sings like more from her like chest, and there's like a couple of lines in there, and there was like a couple of times I was like, is that Momo? Like listening to the song, like I had to like go and like look up some like lyric videos, like a couple of them, to see if they were all right. And everybody had it like as Momo. I was like, oh my god, this is actually Momo. I was like, I need this. Give me more of this. We do get it, like as we go through the albums, we get more of that. It seems like at the beginning of Twice, they have her singing in a lot of like that higher, like nasally like tone, whereas we get more into like the more recent albums, it's kind of pitched down a little bit and more into that kind of.
I definitely think now Momo has found her voice, her sound, if you will. Not even that Momo. I think just JYP Entertainment themselves have just kind of let her sing.
Yeah.
Because for the beginning, not the entirety, like you said in this song, Momo gets to showcase having a deeper register.
Yeah.
But she does have like that nasal tone throughout like the beginning of Twice's journey.
Yeah.
And it only starts to disappear, really. I don't even know when you could say it disappears. Like, because it doesn't completely disappear. Like, there's in some moments she still does it, but she definitely has way more of like a more low register now.
Yeah. Which I love. I'm a sucker for it. Like, give me absolutely, especially like all of the like Misamo stuff. I was just like in heaven. Like all the three of them singing is just glorious. I also love the little Geo buildup in this. She has like this buildup piece with the added like guitar underneath, and it's just like so pleasing to your ear. You're just like, for me, this is one of those, like you were just saying about like Look at Me, like on repeat. This almost would be like that portion of the song, which I absolutely would be like, let's repeat it.
Listen to again. Yeah.
And because it just like, it's so good, like the way that she builds up her vocals, and you have like the guitar underneath, like adding in, it's just so good.
Again, I don't disagree at all, because again, I was a dum-dum and I just forgot. And I was like, and you know what's so funny too is I was literally going up and down the album over again, going, which song on this list have I not put in my phone, because all my notes are conjoined together.
Yeah.
Because Apple's weird and you can't like split them up about it, like adding extra numbers, which was confusing me even more when I was trying to just list 15. Yeah. And it suddenly was like, you have 30 songs. Which I was like, no, I do not.
Nope.
So when I finally got to You in My Heart, I was like, I literally like, where does it go? Where do I put this? And I knew it was not gonna go the bottom, because it's so good.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good. But I was like, I've already kind of solidified everything. And then I guess I just kind of looked at Mary and Happy, and I was like, sadly, you are going to be the sacrifice. You are going to be
Here you
the
go.
one that gets pushed back, unfortunately.
Yeah, because like you were saying, when you were going through it, it's like they have some great like vocal harmony in the song too.
Vocal layering and stuff. Yeah.
It's gorgeous. And then you have like Nyan hitting like this like higher note like towards the ends, and you're just like, yes. But the whole song, you can like really hear. This is another song for me where I thought Sana's vocals were just gorgeous, and you could just kind of have her like, it almost sounds like she's like in this coming into her own like vocally. This was like that song for me. Kind of similar to Momo in a way, kind of just like kind of developing that like vocal into like one that's maybe not like a JYP, we want you to sing it this way type situation, but more of like what's more kind of like natural to her. And I just love it. It's so good. That's why it's number 5 for me.
Again, I hard agree on that. But my number 5 is Turtle.
Okay.
So
it's not too far off.
It's not too far off, no. But we're still nowhere near. There's only I think at this point there's only one song that could possibly be in the same place. And I have a feeling it might be, but I don't know yet. Anyway, for Turtle, I love how ironically, I love how the song starts off very chill and then it picks up. I really like that. Normally, you know, I feel like this album, normally in the last few albums we've checked out at Twice, it's been like hype, the one chill song, and then back to hyper twice again, right? Yeah. This one's kind of been like the hyper, kind of chill. It's been kind of back and forth, this one. So it was nice to have a song that actually combined kind of both, really. Like the kind of chill vibes, but then it also picks up and it gets you moving type vibe. Yep. And there's something here, and it's from like back in 2021 when I first ever heard it, that's always stuck with me, is Momo's little pop she does. Yeah. It is easily my favorite like vocal Momo. I don't even know if I want to say like voice, just like sound.
Just sound moment, yeah.
Like I think about it constantly, and it brings me pure joy whenever I hear it. Like I will have the biggest smile on my face every time I hear her say that line, because it's so cute the way she says it, and I just absolutely love it. But I also put down that Jungyeon in the song, her voice is very good in this for me, and there's something about it with her and Chewie, their deeper voices together just sounded so good, and it just put my brain in the good way.
Yep.
And I just really, really like it overall. So that's why it's at number 5 for me.
Yeah, not too far off, because I mean I had it at 8, so we're only like a couple of spots off. But yeah, no, I do agree with you. It is one of those hybrid songs in a way where you do get the portion of, you get the acoustic and then it kind of ramps up a little bit. So I totally get that 100%. I wish I had it higher, but there was other songs I like. I was like, nope, I'm sorry, Turtle, you're moving down.
Also, another thing, I forgot to write down the Korean word, but there's just a little run that Nayeon does on a certain word, and it's so, it's so good to me, but I can't think of what the word is. Yep. So if you are someone who listens to the song enough and you just know based off what I'm saying, you'll know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it's just this little run she does, and it's so, like, I already love when Nayeon does ad-libs. Like, it's one of my favorite things, looking forward to with Twice songs.
Yep.
So whenever she does a run or ad-lib, I will always be like, yes, that was so good. And that was something else I also put in my notes. I just looked down then and saw it, so I wanted to mention that briefly.
Interesting. All right, so here we are. We're at the last 4. Okay. There's only one song in the last 4 between the both of us where it could be in the same spot, could not be. But also there's a lot of songs that were very low on my list and on your list that are now going to be the opposite for us.
Yeah.
So my number 4 is 24/7.
You know, I had a feeling when I said 24/7, I had a feeling you were not happy with what I was saying about that.
I was just like, So
questioning the friendship and everything.
Yeah, questioning the friendship. All right, so for me, the opening of the song with the Mina and Jungyoung lower, like, huskier tones, I melt and die every single time I listen to it. It's so good. Like, so good. I really enjoy the beat. The beat is so interesting to me. It feels like this like almost like a tropical feel in a weird way. I don't know if that's like the best way to describe it, but it has like this interesting kind of like, I don't know if it's like a drum or kind of like sound to it that has like the like a tropical feel in a, like, I don't know if that's how, if anybody else can hear it, but for my brain, that's immediately what I think of. It's just like a little hint. It's not even like really pronounced. It's just like a little tiny hint in there. And also I love the instrumental break. I think it's like, for me, it breaks up the song really well, but it doesn't like lose any of the song for me. Like, I'm vibing. I'm so vibing when that instrumental comes on. I'm just like grooving along, like, yes, let's keep going.
I'm just thinking about me saying how I thought it was super repetitive. Yeah, how you probably wanted to be like,
I'm just like, yes, give it to me. Well, so to me, in a way, for my like brain, it reminds me like not instrumental wise, but structure wise, a lot of kind of like house EDM type stuff, where you tend to get a lot of like repetitive like portions of songs. And I listen to a lot of like that type of music, so my brain is already structured to like really enjoy when they like go back to a certain melody or repeat a certain melody, because you tend to find that a lot in those songs, or they'll have like a melody underneath that's like pretty consistent, and then they'll like layer it with different like sounds and drums or whatever, what have you. So like that's why I think I enjoy the song so much, because it kind of has a similar song structure in a way. And then I get that instrumental kind of like break in it, and I'm like, all right, let's go. But not only just the overall beat I enjoy, I love Dayeon's rap in this song. It has such a great like rhythm and cadence to it. I vibe every single time it comes on. It's just glorious. And then you have Geo like closing out the song with, she has like this little bit of a vibrato like kind of tone. Like it's just like, I love it. It's just so good. Yeah, that's why it's number 4 for me.
I know that was so painful for me to talk about
Oh
earlier.
my word, I was just like, ah.
You know how like in the like I don't know if you've ever seen, I don't know where you're up to in Times Twice, but there's like a point where the editors start putting like fire things on top of the members' heads when they're like super competitive or mad about stuff.
Yeah.
I just imagine that on your head. Just like ready to throw hands.
The bun just like lights on fire.
Literally. Just ready to
you were like, I really don't like the repetitive of the song, and I'm over here like, I vibe so hard.
You're like, be like, we really are gonna have to question this friendship, Maisie. What are you doing?
What you doing here?
Well, to question the friendship just a bit more.
Yeah.
Ranking.
Yeah.
My fourth one is Heart Shaker.
Okay. All right.
So
number 11.
Immediately.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things is the fact that Chewie quite literally has a line that says, "My name is Chewie."
Mm-hmm.
Why is that why is that there? I don't know. But thank you to whoever wrote that in, because like that is so fun. I remember listening to it for the first time. I think I saw like a stage of Heart Shaker, so I just thought, oh, they did it for like a bit, you know, like you know how sometimes they'll switch up songs on the stage and do something. So I thought that was it, and then I listened to the song just normally, and I was like, I'm hearing Chewie say Chewie. So I look at the lyrics and I'm like, oh, she quite literally goes, "Hello, my name is Chewie," just at some point in the song, which I just thought was really cute and funny. But what I do like is just that Jonghyun's vocal moments. I think is it after the first chorus. I think she sounds so nice in this song. It's funny because thinking about Jonghyun, I wouldn't think Heart Shaker would be a song that would like suit her.
Yeah.
Not like she will be bad on it, but when I think of other stuff I've heard her do, Heart Shaker's not one of those ones where I'm like, oh yeah, Jonghyun would do really well in this song.
Yeah.
But she just really amazes me. But the thing that just makes Heart Shaker the way it is the Min and Geo bridge.
Yep.
Having it be the soft Mina vocals and then leading it into the big massive Geo bells is just, it's so much fun. And I also really like the ending with the drums. I know that can kind of push people away a bit because it's so like kind of like a sudden it may seem like a sudden change, but I feel like if you listen to the song thoroughly, it's not actually that big of like a whoa, what are we doing situation.
Yep.
But overall, I just think the song's really cute. And I also put in my notes, I know we're not talking about music videos, but it's one of the cutest music videos I've ever done.
Yeah, the music video is absolutely adorable. If we were ranking like music videos, it probably would have been not so low on the list. Who knows? Maybe we will one day. Maybe that'll be a project. We'll see. We still have the Japanese almost to go through after this.
Literally, I'm like waiting for Rogue to like get the Japanese stuff, guys. Don't worry, I'm also pressuring Rogue to get to them.
Listen, I am over up here. We're like, what one? Perfect World. I just finished Perfect World, so I'm getting there. And then of course we have Dive coming out soon, so that'll be fantastic. So we're gonna have some stuff. So we're just gonna keep on moving.
Don't worry, guys. I'll just keep harassing Rogue about it. Don't worry. I'll just keep saying you need to get to it immediately.
It's like, are you done with the Japanese albums yet? So we can talk about them.
Get into them,
please.
It's like I'm waiting.
Yeah. So I agree with you. The thing with like I said with Merry and Happy, it's just like one of those songs. Like for me, or not Merry and Happy, but Heart Shaker. It's just I wanted more from the like little beat for me. I don't know. That's just mine. It was catchy, but wasn't catchy enough to move it like higher on my list, like some of these other songs. Right. My number 3 is Look at Me.
Okay.
And this, guys, is not because of the recent popularity. I enjoyed it. Go look at my deep dive reaction. I enjoyed it when we listened to it the first time before it became a popular song. I love the 80s synth beat. It does. It like literally has like this kind of interesting 80s synth underneath, and I just vibe so hard to it. And then you have like in the opening, you have like the muffled vocals that start clearing up as you like start opening up the song, and it clears up into like the actual like vocals of it. I just find that so interesting. for me. I completely agree with you. I love the sauna piece. I even wrote that down. I have like sauna like in big bold letters.
Yeah.
I think it's adorable. Like they have some very interesting like Momo, Sana and Mina, like the J line, just like you said, they come out strong in this one. For me, they have all three of them have these like kind of interesting like airy tones to their vocals, which you don't hear like a whole lot of. And I'm just like, yeah, more. Keep going.
Like, give me more, please.
Yeah, please. And then Che actually has some great vocals in this. I really enjoy like her vocal part. And then it's followed up by Nyan and Mina, I believe, in the bridge, which is just Mina is, we've talked about this in previous one. Mina is like the bridge queen, and anytime that she is in any part of the bridge, I am just like, yes, please.
Honestly, I'm gonna say something that could be seen as controversial to K-pop, because K-pop fans don't like when you say these things.
Yeah.
But I may argue that Mina's probably the queen of bridges in K-pop, period. Not just specifically to Twice, but she's definitely someone that, like, when I think of K-pop and some bridges, her voice is definitely someone who comes up in my brain like immediately when I'm thinking. Along with Red Velvet as well, actually. When I think of bridges, I think Red Velvet are so
my
good
word.
with their bridges
Yes,
as well.
I agree.
Like
1000%.
Like by the time we film this, Cosmic's been out. And Cosmic is so good.
So good. It's number one on my repeat list.
The album's good. Like if you haven't listened to that, I recommend go listen to that.
Absolutely.
But general my opinion, I do think Mina has one of the best voices for like K-pop bridges out there. And the reason I say that's controversial is because whenever you kind of say that about an idol, there's some stands that can be a bit toxic and be like, no, because whatever. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying it's controversial. It's not actually, but there's just some people that will probably not like that I say that.
Yeah. But no, I get it, because like when you think of, like when I think of Mina, I know I'm like vocally, I know at some point in the album or in multiple songs in an album, I'm going to get fantastic bridges from her. Like she just has that tone that is just so good in the bridge. Because I feel like, I don't know for you, but I feel like she has like this softer tone and register. Yeah. That just fits so well with the bridge.
And it's so interesting too, because Mina as a person, she's so quiet and reserved, and she is like the embodiment of like an introvert that somehow got trapped into an extrovert's world.
Yes.
Like I don't know how she ended up here, but she did.
Yeah.
But like, whenever you like ask Mina like, oh, what have you been up to? What are you doing in your spare time? She's building Legos. She's playing video games. Yeah. She's watching Minecraft. Movies.
Yeah.
She's playing she's literally just being an introvert, and I just think it's so interesting because, like you said, her vocal tone is so soft that almost his speaking is like that too. Yeah. Like there's some moments when you watch like a Twice behind the scenes where Mina's talking, but she's just so quiet that you're like, huh? What do you say?
And without the subtitles, you're just like, I would not be able to. I would not. No,
not at all. So it's just one of those things I just find funny, because it's probably not even intentional that they do that. It's just how Mina sounds, but I just think it's something interesting about her.
Yeah, I agree.
But okay, top three.
Top three.
We still have a chance with one.
With one, just one.
My number 3 is Love Line.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but this song, there's something about the production. This is like one of, how we've been talking about, like there's some songs that production-wise, they're just higher up. That is what Love Line is. When I was going through this album again, and I listened to Love Line, at first I was like, it is really good, but it's not really... But then I went back again because I was thinking about it. You know when you like listen to a song and then after a while it just kind of somehow like sneaks back into your brain, and you're like, wait, that's what happened with me in Love Line. So I went back again and I was like, let me go listen again. And it was like something had like clicked in my brain and was like, no, this song is actually really good and you really enjoy this. Yeah. And I was like, you know what, you're so right. I think the chorus of this song is super catchy. I like how upbeat and how cheerful it is. What I like about this album, like I was saying earlier, is it's so mix of like the cheerful and the hyper and the calm side of Twice, if you will. Like it has like that good combination of like slower songs versus like the more upbeat and faster. I don't even want to say intense, but just faster and more upbeat sounding songs. And I just think everybody sounds so good in this song too. This is another one where I just think vocally everybody just like absolutely cleared in vocals. Like it was just so good. That's why it's at number 3 for me.
I see it, and trust me, it pained me to have it that low on the list. There was just like the top like 5 for me was just like even 6. Like they kept on switching around, but like that top 5, like I said before the video started when we were chatting, like was solid. Like those 5 like did not change. Everything else kind of changed maybe once or twice in the middle, like some of the middle piece. But I get you with Love Dive. Like there were some amazing vocals in Loveline. Like it's great. I love it. Okay, down to the last 2. Okay, where is this one song that could possibly be
that could possibly bring us back together at the very end?
I'm not sure if it will. To be honest, I'm not sure. So number 2 for me is Likey.
Okay.
I absolutely just love this song, and Sana's opening is just so iconic. Like Sana opening the song, you hear it and you're just like, this is phenomenal. Like it's so catchy. It's just like an iconic opening. The minute it starts, you know exactly what song it is. Even if you're not a huge Twice fan, you hear the opening of the song and you're like, this is, you know, the song. Like it's just that song for me. The horn and like the synth piano throughout the melody is so catchy. I love it. Then you have great vocal range from Jungyoung. She has like, she goes into her lower register, she goes up into like a higher register. She has some like these great inflections in her tone. I think it's a great song that fits her so well. Chewy also, once again, giving me a little bit of that little lower tone in some parts with her like lower register. And I love when she's starting to do that. And then Dion, I love the dip in her rap. It's just one of my favorite raps from her on this album is that like kind of like dip in the beat. Oh, what a little change up. It's like, it itches the brain so well. You're just like, you want to go back and re-listen to it because she's like going up and then she just like dips down and you're like with the beat and you're like, oh my word, this is so good.
It's not even like a dip down where it's like what, like it works, you know. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like, oh, that shouldn't have happened or she should have just kept going the way she was. Like that just made total sense for it to kind of dip down with the beat as well.
It adds so much, I think, layering to the song. It just adds that little bit of variety to it that just makes you want to like keep re-listening to the song because it just never gets old. It never, it's not one of those pieces that I'm ever like, oh, I don't like this anymore. No, I like, the more I listen to it, like, the more I love it.
If I ever came across someone that was like, oh yeah, no, I don't like Likey, I would actually question so many things about your life.
Right.
I'd have to question. First of all, I'd have to question the friendship because, like, what do you mean you don't like Likey?
Right.
I literally don't, like, I'm not even kidding. I don't know anyone that like listens to Twice that goes, I don't like Likey, or I think I could skip that. Like, I don't know a single one, or just anybody in my life that does not like that song.
Yeah. Oh my word, it's just so good. Like the one wish that I had in this entire song would be, I wish both Che and Diane had more lines. Because I feel like in this song, when I was like re-listening to it, this is like, out of all the songs on this entire album, I think they had the least lines in.
Yeah, but with that being said, they had like probably one of the most iconic parts.
Exactly, but that's the other part. It does, because then you're like you wish they did, but then you're like, oh my word, but this rap piece is just so good. And you're just like, okay, it kind of makes up for it, but I still wish they had a little bit more in there because I just love their little, like, either just another little duo rap or another little rap piece, or even just some vocals, because they both are great vocalists. Like, just add in a little piece. That was like my only like wish for the song. That other than that, like, it's a top fave. Obviously, it's number 2 on this.
Yeah.
So,
well, we were so close to coming back together. We were like on our way, and then we kind of like we got to here, and then we just kind of went this. This is what happened. We like kind of nearly got there, and then we just kind of like we're walking. We're like, you know, like imagine like a big road. And we're just on either side of the road. Just like on the road,
walking in the same direction, just like two lanes apart. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly who we are. But my number 2 is Missing You.
Okay.
Now this is where you go, okay, now this makes sense that this is Maisie's top one, because I didn't put You in My Heart as my top 5, and I always put a Twice song that's vocally challenging or just vocally pleasing to listen to, which is Missing You. I absolutely love the guitar style in this song. I don't know what it is, but there's just something about it. I just think Twice with guitar sounds amazing.
Yes. Yep.
Like it's such a good combination, and you know, I want to see more of it because I feel like we haven't really had, to my knowledge, I don't think we've had that many songs recently with Twice and like a more guitar. Off the top of my head, I can't think of one right now.
Not that I can be wrong
though. But I really like that.
We'll find out later when we go through those
when we get through the rest of them again. But the thing that I absolutely love and that just makes it such an instant fave is probably Nion's Baby I'm Missing You big note she does at the end and then you have the members following underneath immediately with the harmonies, and it's just such a nice big finish that I really, really love about it. And I just think vocally again it's such a fun song. And I would like, this is one I would listen to constantly to this day. Like I could go back and just listen to it over and over again and not get sick of it. Yeah. So that's why it's number 2 for me.
Nice. No, I do agree. I actually, when I was doing my rankings in my head, I was like, when I put it as like 12 for me, like low on my list, I was like, I bet Maisie's gonna have this super high. Like this is gonna be in like the top like 5. And it's like I
think I did pretty well to hide my my expression earlier.
Because I was like, I like when just going through it, it just felt like after going through all of these albums, my brain is like, I think this is gonna be high for her, not for me per se, but it's gonna be high on her. It's gonna be so interesting to
it's so fun because what is this the 3rd video we're doing now on the rankings?
Yeah,
and we're kind of getting an idea of what we both like from Twice, but I feel like it's gonna go out the window once we get to the more mature stage.
Oh my word! When we get into like some of these later albums, I like or more recent ones, more. Oh yeah,
Eyes Wide Open. You know, I feel like that's when we're gonna stop being like, now I don't know what.
I have no idea what's gonna happen. Interesting development, because my number 1 song from this album is Rolling. I was holding it in so hard. When you had it at 12, I was like, oh god, this is number 1 for me. Okay. I absolutely am obsessed with this beat. And like, I am so obsessed with it. This was before even just hearing the album during the deep dive. I vibed so hard with the song. That was even before seeing some of the concert and stages and the danger that became Rolling. I just really enjoy the beat. The beat reminded me of something that you would hear in like a Michael Jackson song.
Yeah.
If that has any like kind of correlation. It had that kind of like a interesting kind of like beat to it. That's immediately like the first artist that I thought of that would have like a kind of like a similar beat in a way.
Yeah.
But I love the melody and cadence of the song. It's just so good. You have the beginning, of course, with Jungyoung, and then you have Momo opening. It's fantastic. Sana and Jungyoung's vocals during were some of like my absolute favorites. I just love their vocals in it. One of my favorite duo raps in the album from this as well. And you're over there like, and I was like, no. When you're like talking about it, I was like, no, you're good.
To be fair, this is exactly what I was like when you had Missing You be so low.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, the disrespect. Okay.
I was like, but like there is a one part, I think it's Chewy and Nyan that kind of do like the bridge piece. And then you have like Nyan singing like this or doing this like ad lib, like higher note underneath Gio's line, like right underneath. It's just so good. Like I love when they do that, and they tend to like the two of them tend to flip flop that role, having like that higher vocal or ad lib vocal underneath each other's lines, and it just hits so hard. It's just an absolute bop. I think it's still on like it's like a top song on like repeat or like monthly. Oh yeah. It's just one I just always vibe to. I'm always cranking it in the car. There's just something about the beat that just like makes my brain like itch and buzz in the best way possible.
Yeah.
For me.
It's just I know that one. Definitely her. Anyway, my number one is, well, I don't even need to like build suspense because we know what it is. It's Likey.
Yeah.
Now, going back to what I said like very early in the video, me and Rogue had sent screenshots to each other of like little teasers. This was what my teaser was from, and what I'd put in the note that I sent to Rogue was, this song is like weirdly beautiful, question mark, because it's not beautiful in the sense of like it sounds like a ballad or it sounds like, you know, like some sort of like more of an emotional song. It's very upbeat, but it's so, funnily enough, actually in my notes, exact word for word, and not kidding what you said, it's one of those songs that even if you don't listen to twice, you hear it and you know it's twice, like you know what it is. Like I have that word for word in my notes. But what I love is Sana in the song. The way she sings the chorus is so catchy to me, and it's so much fun, and her voice, Sana's naturally kind of like Mina. Actually, thinking about it, Mina, as we were just saying before, she has a very soft tone and has a very soft sort of personality, while Sana is very bubbly and very bright, and in her vocals, especially in Likey, it's very bubbly and it's very bright sounding in a good way. But what I love about Likey is just it's so iconic, and what I love is that you get Gio, Nyan, big note, Dub Chang rap, and then Momo dance break, plus the rest of the members joining in eventually. And I think having that back to back is so, I know technically I shouldn't really count Momo's dance break because it's not a vocal moment, but it's in the song, you know what I mean? Like the instrumental part of that is still in the song. So I was like, I'm gonna count that because like, although it's not technically vocals, I guess, it's still, you know, it's still like the instrumental portion is in the song. But I put in big capital letters, you know how they always do that twice at the beginning, because it's something that they don't do anymore, and I wish they did. I miss when they,
it's an iconic thing that they did in a couple of songs.
Like even if they just like re-recorded it to now with there being more mature sounding and do it, I would love for them to just put it back into their songs again because it was so fun. But for me, this song is just, again, it's so iconic and it's so well known, and it's, you know, when I got into K-pop again in 2021, because I was initially into K-pop in like 2016/17, somehow I got into like Blackpink, BTS, you know, all like the big free gen groups, except for Twice somehow. I don't know how that happened, which is ironic with them being like my alt group now. But even then, you know, I knew of like stuff like Likey or TT. Like I knew those songs because they were so well known, and that's without me like ever looking into Twice or who they were, but I'd heard them before because they're so big and they're so popular. And I feel like kind of like Cheer Up Likey was like another huge song, especially in Korea. Like everybody knows it. Like it's just one of those songs I just truly have such a deep love for, which is why it's number one for me. If
Rolling was not on this album, Likey would have been number one for me.
I was really thinking, I was like, I think once we got to like the top 5, I was like, you haven't said Likey yet. But I had a feeling it wasn't number one, but I was like, I don't know what is going to be number one. But I'm like, you haven't said Likey yet.
No.
So
This is an interesting. I'm like re-looking over. You can't see this, of course, but I'm re-looking over
no,
this. Poor Ding Dong for me, and Ding Dong was like number 9. Wow, Merry and Happy were very close because you had Wow 15, I had a 14, Merry and Happy for 14, I had 13. So like that's where we were all kind of like a similar path, maybe not quite. But this whole thing was just all over the place. I'm like looking at it like this is great because it's like it is so different. I feel like I have a feeling this is how this is gonna go for like the rest of the albums, because the beginning albums we had a lot of similarities, and we actually had there was one album that we both had number 1, I think.
Our first song that we ranked together the same, which was Candy Boy.
Was it True? No, it was a Touchdown, right? Or Truth or something like that.
Touchdown was the same.
Yeah, Touchdown was the same.
But Candy Boy was also...
Yeah, Candy Boy was a last for both of us, yeah. I think now, as we go through the rest of these albums, it's going to be so fun to see, because we're going to be coming up on, what's the next album? Is it Summer Nights, right?
Yeah, and this one's going to be difficult, because my favorite title track of all time is Dance the Night Away.
Yeah.
So you might think automatically that's going to be number 1, but who knows?
Who knows?
Maybe it will be, maybe it won't. Who knows?
Yeah, because I think Summer Nights is going to be next, and then Year of the Yes, I think. Or like we'll be planning it out. Do not worry.
We'll be planning it out. Don't worry. We're not going into this completely blind.
No. We can like, all right, this is the album we're doing. These are the 2 albums we're doing, depending. I'm good. It's a good thing that we only did this one album, because we're already like an hour plus in. We knew we would be. We're like 15 songs. Probably should just do this album.
Sorry, this is not a normal thing where we slightly talk about it and then go on to the next one and slightly talk about it. We are going to rant about why we are very passionate about these songs. But friendship might be over after the next album. I don't know. This one kind of got into some dangerous places today.
I don't know. Actually, I think out of the albums coming up, I think the next album might be one that we're very similar on. I think. I don't know. That's just my vibe. We'll see.
I'm just looking over it now because it's on my screen, and I'm like, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, it will be. But yeah, no, that's it. These were great. My heart hurts for rolling. I'm
probably gonna get yelled at once this recording stops.
No, you're gonna be fine. But yeah, our plan is hopefully to get a couple more of these out. I'm back from vacation, but I'm also going on another vacation. I'm going on a camping trip. So we're hoping that we might be able to squeeze in another video for this month at least, or when I get back, we'll plan it out. So
because this is the first summer. Normally I go away during the summer, but this is my first one where I'm going away not till like November. So I'm free all around. I just got away on Rogue because Rogue is just very popular.
I'm a busy bee.
And just very busy.
I'm a little busy bee over here. But yeah, no, this was fun. I'm excited.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I am excited. I am nervous, but I'm excited
I know.
for what will be next.
Me too. But thank you guys. Let us know once again. We love reading your comments and seeing like your rankings, seeing who you kind of vibe with ranking wise, whether it's me, whether it's Maisie, like either one. We love hearing that and love seeing that. So thank you for all the lovely comments. Even if you're roasting one of us, feel free. We know it's going to happen at some point because one of our picks is not going to be well liked, maybe. But like I said, these are not songs that we absolutely we hate. That's why we were like very like just because something's 15 doesn't mean it's trash. Yeah.
Like don't listen to it. It's just like I don't listen to it near as much as I do
some of the other songs.
So
yeah. It's like we went into this like series doing albums by our like what are our most repeated songs, like what are the songs that we tend to listen to the most over the other songs in the album. That's how we definitely 1000% are going about this. It's not one that's like, this song is trash or this is like the worst song. It's like no, I don't play it as often as some of the other songs. That's kind of how it is. But yeah, no, Thank you, guys. That's it. We appreciate you swinging in, hanging out with us today. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll check you on the next one. Later.